mugs and cups that they charge you like $30, $40 for, they can't do anywhere close to the job of Primula. I don't even want them junking up my cabinets. I'm good with my Primula. It's ultimately prettier and works so much better. This is your set of 30-ounce tumblers with straws. Now, at retail, they're about $20 a piece. To get 3 of them home, $59.95. We're doing the $20 tumbler. Hi, honey. For $8. Oh, thank you. It's always so good to see you.
Dress,
oh, thanks.
I never get to work with this pretty lady.
It's always a pleasure. Mark Charles. Okay, in fact, I was just seeing my daughter in her new apartment where she lives, and guess what? Guess what was sitting in there? Some of my Primulas. I'm like, you can keep them, honey.
She took them from you.
I have to order more. Mark Charles. I'm going to show everybody the colors.
You want to do the colors? Let's do the colors.
We got to get through the colors because for people who love this, this is just a stock-up moment. You've never seen them at $8 before instead of $20. You want to grab them. We have them in the gray. Notice there are 3 different shades of gray, so everybody in your family can kind of have their own color. This is the most limited. Here's the blue, beautiful shades of blue, kind of from sapphires to aquamarines. Here's your green, same idea. Here's red. All right, I'm going to just let you take it away because I find these to be the best insulated cups I've ever used.
So a couple things I got to point out. With what Sandra was saying, don't forget you get 3 straws, you get 3 bags, you get 3 removable handles. You can swap the handles out. What makes Primula different, for 8 years I've been bringing Primula to you, is the following. A see-through lid, a screw-on-top lid. That screw-on-top lid has a gasket in it. What's important is that makes it leak-proof. So with that gasket in there, look at that right there. Beautiful shot, thanks guys. There's the gasket. So you get a thread and a gasket, and I'm gonna flip this over this way. You have a mouthpiece. You can actually drink out of that chug or put a reusable straw, which you get, or your own reusable straw. There is silicone here and there's silicone there. What does that mean? When I flip this, you hear the click, you have a complete seal. This item is leak-proof.
You guys,
okay? Ready?
This is honestly true. I put tumblers full of coffee in my work bag.
Yep.
If I'm
Sideways.
running out of hands. Exactly. Hot coffee. I'll put in my work bag with like the dress I have on.
And if that wasn't worth the price of admission that it's leak-proof, ready for this? It doesn't matter how long that has been in, the liquid's been in here, hot or cold, to Sandra's point, no condensation. You will never get that swimming pool in your car cup holder. You will never leave a ring on any piece of furniture, no matter if it's great grandma's antique nightstand, no condensation.
Well, look, I'll tell you this. Last month, we drove 5 hours in the car. We left early. I filled up my Primula with coffee. When I got there, I realized I had a little left. It was still hot. And I'm not talking about like a little hot. It was like I had just poured it. So can we talk about how these hold hot and cold? Because I do think they're the best cups in the market.
This model's 30 ounces, so you know we call it the Goldilocks. For 8 years, I've been bringing you 20 ounce, 18, 14, 16. 2 years ago, I brought you 40 ounce. It was too big for some people. We said, let's bring it down and get 30, Goldilocks. This 30 is all of the Primulas like this. Stainless steel on the outside. Then you're gonna move into the vacuum. The vacuum is where they take the air out and it creates insulator. Here's the Primula difference. We add a layer of copper on top of the stainless. So instead of just 2 layers of metal, it's 3. Now because of that copper, which is an amazing conductor of heat and cold, ask any chef who is desiring copper cookware, there's a reason for it, because it conducts heat and cold. Now you're talking about 24 hours of ice to melt, 24 hours to keep something cold, and we mean cold for 24 hours, 6 hours hot. Now when I say hot...
Well, that makes sense because I told you I was in the car for 5 hours.
And by the way, when Sandra said 6, we tested it for 6. Piping hot to us is 120 degrees. Let's put it to the test right now. I have coffee in here. I can't see, but maybe where the camera gets out right there. Oh, 2 hours and 44 minutes ago, Chef Mitch put that in there. Here's my thermometer. We were in a room, I don't know if you caught that. Sandra and I are sitting in a room of 68 degrees. Do you see the skyrocketing? Nearly 3 hours, we're already at 155. So we're saying that up to 6 hours, it'll be at least 120, which is hot. 160 is burning hot, just so you understand.
It's going to stay hot for the length of the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
True story. No matter how many tolls and construction you go through.
Exactly.
Now, on the same tone, we're going to do cold. Same thermometer. We're at 161. Watch it go downtown. 17 hours and 14 minutes later.
Me?
17 hours. We say 24. It's been tested. I want to point something out as we get closer to 30s. Do you know that your refrigerator you pay electricity for right now as we speak in your home regulates the temperature of your food between 32 and 39 degrees. We are almost below the plugged-in electrified refrigerator. There we are. 1 degree lower than your plugged-in refrigerator.
Wild.
17 hours and 14
I'm telling
minutes
you,
later.
those more expensive cups, I don't think they work as well.
Yeah.
I personally don't think they're as pretty, and they
True
certainly
story.
are not this cost.
Yeah.
These should be, the retail value, they come into just like pennies under $20 a piece. So 20, 40, 60, retail value $54.94.
Yep.
We are doing all three for just a few dollars more than the cost of one. Instead of about $20 a piece, they are now $8 a piece. It takes 24 hours for ice to melt. 500 already out the door. Here's your gray, here's your blue, here's your green, here's your red.
With straws, with bags, with handles. To me, this is crazy banana towns because I've never in the 8 years selling Primula, and you know I do today's special values. This is unreal. 30 ounces, folks.
Actually,
not 320 ounce,
I'm gonna tell you,
330 ounce
This
size.
is such
Huge.
a wild, wild value. We cannot reorder.
Yep.
I would say, I know it sounds early, but we're
No,
starting
I knew
Christmas
she
in
was gonna say
July.
that.
An $8 gift. I want you to think about teachers. I want you to think about people in your book club,
Coaches,
whatever did you do,
bus
coaches.
drivers.
Fill them up with candy if you want. You could
Gift
get
card.
like a $10 gift.
Yes.
These are instead
She gets
of
it.
yeah, I mean it is a wild price. Okay,
To me, and I know we just went through Easter, but I was convincing people to buy this as the Easter basket, right, with candy in it. Mother's Day gifts, graduation, end of the school year, beginning of the school year, Christmas. When I tell you this is the quintessential gift closet item to stock up on, because here's the thing that Sandra and I like to remind everybody. No size is required, no age. It's for all sexes, all over the country, anywhere you live. You drink a liquid, you need a Primula mug.
But here's the thing. This is not just about taking liquid on the go. Like what she just did, I throw my coffee in my work bag.
Sideways.
How
No
long will it
worries.
keep things icy cold?
24 hours.
And how long will it keep things very, very
Popping
hot?
hot, 120 degrees, 6 hours. And if you want ice to melt, 24 hours for this to melt, and no leaking, and no condensation, and it fits in cup car holders.
Okay, if you want
Drop
gray
the mic.
or blue, check out now because we're getting very, very limited. Gray, blue, green, red. I'm telling you, you cannot have too many.
And
Almost 1,000
the handles
orders.
remove. You don't have to use the handles for righties and lefties.
I'm actually buying more, and about, I don't know, within the last year, it's been a lot of months, I bought another set. My husband goes, why do we keep buying those? I go, count how many are in our cabinet.
Everyone keeps stealing them.
When my daughter comes home, she's like, can I take a coffee for the road? Or, you know what I mean?
Thank you, friend.
Thanks so much. They are incredible. I love those Primulas. Plus, I just think they're prettier than the other cups on the market.